I'm not sure again what episode this is, but hey, this is for the people. Now, today's topic, and I'm going to kind of float around a little bit, but today's topic is going to be about police violence. Okay, and from this, I'm actually going to, excuse me, actually, I'm going to actually start a petition and start circulating around. And that petition is going to be that every police officer should have their body cam on. First off, every police officer should have a body cam. First off. Secondly, every police officer's body cam should be on as soon as they leave that station, or unless they have an interaction with a citizen prior to. But whenever they walk out that door and get into that vehicle of the station, it should turn on. And it should turn on, automatically, and there should be nothing that they can do to turn it off, period. So that's what that petition is going to be about. But okay. So I'm constantly hearing about and seeing and watching different things about, police encounters and things of that nature. As a matter of fact, I just watched one today where, if I'm not mistaken, it was an Arizona state trooper that was actually raping, molesting, sodomizing women while he was on a job. His thing was to, in some cases, pull them over with no reason at all, and basically have them come to the front of his vehicle and tell them that this ticket could go away if they were willing to do him a favor. Which actually I've seen that in some cases, and it can be proven. If you guys want me to pull up the information for you, I will get those links for you guys and put them down in the bottom of this picture. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. Please like, share, and subscribe. I want to make this big, y'all. So, but this trooper, this brazen criminal with a badge and a gun was literally just free balling, just doing whatever he wanted to do. With no supervision, no accountability, nothing. Just, hey, okay, I'm going to do what I want to do, and everybody have a great day. Luckily, however, these brave women, and I do mean brave women, because we all know that police, judges, prosecutors, all, work with the police and the justice system to screw everybody over. Everybody over. Even white people get screwed over. A lot less than black people do, or any person of color. So make sure I get that in there. Black people get it the worst. People of color get it the worst out of every, person or race out here. So let me make sure I got that clear for everybody. But, this guy, he just felt empowered to go over here and abuse these women. And luckily, one filed a complaint and a written complaint. And this is something else that I've been learning too, guys. If you have an encounter with a police officer that you feel is not right, make sure you go file a written complaint, okay? Make sure you go file a written complaint. I've had an encounter myself years ago with the police, and I guess I've been really fortunate. I haven't been pulled over or anything. But I probably start getting pulled over as people start seeing these videos. But I haven't had any encounters with police in a long time. Okay, so I've been blessed in that aspect. Okay, but I can recall tons of times that I was pulled over just because. And when I started becoming knowledgeable about, okay, I can go talk to a sergeant or a lieutenant or a captain or watch commander about the issue, I started doing so. And I recall a time in particular that I had a officer just pulling people over simply because he wanted to. So I think the same officer that pulled me over, and I swear I'm not lying. I know he pulled me over at least 3 or 4 or 5 different times. Totally not exaggerating. So just one night, I just got fed up with it. So I go to Maryland Heights. No, I'm sorry, it's not Maryland Heights. Richmond Heights Police Department. I'm gonna put them out there. Richmond Heights Police Department in St. Louis, Missouri. Okay. I go out there and I hit the buzzer because somehow you can't get in to the police department in Richmond Heights that's owned by the people. You know what? I think I am lying. Oh my God, I think that's Brentwood. But I'll put it down at the link. Anyway, I'll make sure I go over that. But I'm pretty sure it's Brentwood. But that's a long time ago. But at any rate, I'll make sure that I put it down there to be correct on that also. But I went, and you can't get into the can't get into the freaking police department without being buzzed in or a police officer coming to the door. Which is crazy to me because if somebody was trying to kill me, shoot me, or stab me outside of the police department, I sure as crap wouldn't be able to get any help because you sure stuff can't run up in there and, beg and scream and plead for them to come and help you because you couldn't freaking get in. So you got to hit the buzzer, then you got to wait for them to acknowledge your buzzer. You got to wait for them to acknowledge your buzzer and then come up and find out what you want. So that's exactly what happened. I hit the buzzer. They said, how can I help you? I said, I need to speak to a sergeant or watch commander. So they said, okay. So a regular officer came to the thing. So I immediately asked him, are you a sergeant? He said, yes, I'm a sergeant. So naturally I asked him, well, where are your bars? So naturally he didn't have any bars, so he started to get agitated with me at that point. Which is fine because, I was fed up, so it really didn't freaking matter no way. So, and if you know me, unfortunately, I cuss a lot, and I'm trying to contain that for video purposes. But I was agitated because at that point, what he was attempting to do was make sure that he covered for his fellow officers. He was going to make sure that he covered for him. So I said, well, listen. I'm coming to you because you guys have an officer that's falsely pulling people over, writing tickets are getting thrown out, everything. So I think that this needs to stop. That's why I need to speak to a sergeant. So he tells me that a sergeant is not here right now, which I know to be a lie. There's always somebody of power on shift in every department. Every department. If you know me, you know I have a bunch of police officers friends. I've even dated a police officer. So I know that there's always somebody of power very close around. Now he might be in the corner asleep somewhere, but he's still around. So he wanted to not give me the opportunity to speak to someone and get that handled. What he didn't know, however, was that I was going to send a letter to his chief, to his mayor, and also to the FBI about the situation in which I did. And thank God the guy was being who he is, and he ended up getting fired. I think it was exactly 6 weeks later. So that was awesome. But my point behind that was to tell you guys to make sure that you go do a written complaint. And even if they BS you when you go over there, you keep going back until you get somebody. Calling is not going to really do any good because, of course, they're going to push you off and blow you off. You're going to have to go over there and start sending letters and emails and CC everybody that you can, about whatever situation is going on. So remember, you have the internal affairs, which they do help, but a lot of times, actually, they take too long to help. You do have state troopers in whatever state that you're in that can help, and as well as the FBI. So there are measures that you can take. Just make sure that you take those measures because you're screwed up. Okay, so back to what, the main part of this thing is to, hey man, let's start doing or being diligent on making sure that we hold them accountable by all means necessary. You know, when you got police officers talking about we run these streets, we own these streets, you don't. And even police officers themselves, like I live in St. Louis, so we had another crooked police officer that killed a black man here in St. Louis. And of course they had protests, and they were peaceful protests, and they had police officers in the crowd of protesters to get the protesters that were actually committing crimes themselves, which is totally undefined. They're undercovers. You know, your job is to stop crime. I don't have a problem with that. But guess what? The black officer, excuse my French, they beat the shit out of him. Beat the shit out of him. And lied about it, tried to cover it up. People got fired and they're going to court right now. And they need to send all of them motherfuckers to jail for 1 billion fucking years. 1 billion fucking years. Because here's my theory. If you're supposed to be the anointed one, you're supposed to be the ones who are held at a higher standard, you should get more time than the average person does. You should get more time. If I go out and murder somebody, you feel me? They're going to give me 10, 15, 20 years, probably more than 20-year mark, 30-year mark. Police officers kill people with impunity every day, and a lot of times get off on them. You know, if they're proven innocent because they actually are innocent, and we know the difference, then okay, that's cool, not a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because some killings are justifiable, and I'm cool with that. But we have too many that are not. We have too many that have been caught on camera that the guys just decided to shoot the person, like with the protest that we had. That crooked guy said on the camera in the car, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. And then used a non-police issue weapon and actually did what he said. Well, first off, you had no reason to even be messing with the guy. I don't even give a crap if he sold drugs. You gotta catch him selling drugs. Officers, it don't matter if he did it before. Catch him doing it. Do your surveillance, you know, like the FBI does, and then get your wiretaps or whatever it is that you need to prove it, and catch them in the act and sentence them to however many years you deem necessary. I'm fine with that. It's not a problem, right? It's not a problem. But you did it the right way. You did it the right way. You didn't decide to take matters into your own hand because you're in your feelings. You know, and a lot of guys claim that they don't be in their feelings, but I'm here to tell you, they do. A lot of men truly aren't men. Actually, I'm going to jump out here and call them little girls. I'm not going to even call them women. I'm going to call them little girls. I'm not going to even call them women. Because for you to call yourself a man and you act like a kid or get into your feelings like that, you know, and I'm not downplaying women. I'm not talking about women or what have you. You're supposed to be soft and gentle and warm and loving. So you're supposed to be emotional. Men aren't supposed to be emotional like that. That's not who they are as a person. We're strong. You know, we're supposed to be the protectors and the providers and make sure that we watch out and look out for our family. So how are you acting like a little girl? Because they are little. You know, that's a fact. But, you know, we have to really get out here and get after these people that work for the people to do the things that they're supposed to do. So, hey, guys, this, like I said, this petition is going to be coming out really soon. I got a bunch of things that I'm doing, and now I'm getting to these vlogs, you know, so, and of course, you know, I still do personal training, do clothing, rock hard, everything. So I got a whole bunch of things that I'm doing, but it's going to be coming out soon. So please look out for it. If you agree with the petitions, sign them, pass them on, share them, and of course to all of my for the people.